So, this is a pro tip. If you want to avoid going into the grocery store or into Walmart, you can order online with the mobile app, and you can pick up your groceries. So that's what I'm doing. It's nice to get out of the van and have some place to walk around, but I also am trying to minimize my contact with people because I don't want to get sick. So I'm doing the mobile pickup just for a few items I need. I'm getting some bottled water, big heavy things, so they're just going to bring it out to the van. They will load it in your car, but because I don't want people to see what's in my house, I just ask them to leave it in the car. I put it in myself. So, but yeah, mobile pickup is it's a gal's best friend during the pandemic. So every time I film myself eating food, it's always fast food. So I'm sure anyone who watches my videos thinks that all I eat is junk food, but I promise you I don't. But this morning, I got myself my groceries. Basically, it was mainly bottled water. I was running low on it, and I didn't want to go into Walmart, just for the bottled water. We do have Walgreens in this area too, but I don't go in there that very often. But I didn't feel like walking through Walmart, so I ordered on the mobile app, and they do free pickup. So I got a bunch of bottled water. I don't like using the bottled water as much, but when you run low, you got to do what you have to do. And right now, I don't feel like going to the bulk water place that I went to a little while ago because I don't feel like taking a shower. It's pretty cold. It's like 30 degrees, right? Well, it's not that cold, but it's 30 degrees. Pleasant weather for sleeping in the van, but not a pleasant temperature to get an outdoor bath in. So yeah, I got myself a breakfast burrito from Taco Bell. I got a veggie kind. I eat eggs, so it's got eggs and it's got hash browns and stuff in it. So yeah. So I just thought I'd get that, and I'm gonna make my own coffee or tea. Even though there's a Starbucks right next to me, I'm going to make my coffee. I think I'm making coffee. I might make tea, one or the other. I've been trying to, because I love my Starbucks, but I've been trying to cut back on that expense because it adds up, and it's not that I can't afford it, it's just that I need to start saving, especially since I'm eventually, I'm going to change my work situation in a few months, I've decided at this point. Haha, I'm giving you a little insight into what my decision is. So I want to save a little bit of money, and I want to be a little bit more frugal, and sometimes I enjoy making coffee or tea. Sometimes you just want a cup of coffee in the middle of the night, or a cup of tea, and so it's or you're out in the middle of nowhere, if I'm boondocking somewhere, where there's not a Starbucks. So it's good for me to start doing that more often. I prepare food in the van a little bit too, but I tend to buy that out a lot. I tend to buy fresh salads because fresh produce and stuff doesn't keep very well, and then I've noticed that when I have fresh produce, I sometimes get fruit flies. So I buy it as I eat it, and since I'm, so yeah, I try to do that. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy my Taco Bell burrito and start my work day. I have to log on. So, right after I posted the video about decision time, something happened. We got our first snowfall. Yeah, the first snowfall, it was about an inch thick on the roof of the van, but it's melted, so the streets pretty much don't have any, there's not much snow on the street, but the grass and stuff still has snow, so it hasn't stuck, but we have snow. And the snow is always worse the further north you go. So if it's snowing here, it's going to be worse if you are going to drive on the Alcan. So pretty much I miss my window, which is good because I think I've pretty much come to the conclusion that I'm just going to rent something, and I think I'm going to move ahead with being more nomadic come spring. So that's what I've decided. I'm probably going to wait until spring, next spring, maybe May, around May or June. So I'm just going to enjoy exploring the great state of Alaska because I really, I camped a lot even before van life, so I'm used to the natural beauty in the state, and I sort of want to see natural beauty in other states and in other places, and I would like to explore Canada. I'll enjoy the state, do some winter camping, obviously, in the van. But, just enjoy Alaska, just truly, truly appreciate it. And then start moving out, exploring other areas in May or June. Maybe I'll start doing that in the spring or summer. And and I love Alaska. Alaska's my home. It's my home base, so me exploring, I'm always going to come back here. This is always like my home base. This is where I live, Alaska. I'm an Alaskan, so. But but I will rent something. So I'm looking for places to rent, and I've started doing that. And so that's the decision I made. I'm going to rent something for I'm looking for something for November. It's not because of the cold weather. The weather is actually pretty good for van life right now. It's not too cold. It's not too hot. It's a little bit chilly. I do have frost and snow in the window, but it's really comfortable. You just turn on the heat, and it's real comfortable. But I do want to get something for November 1st, just so I have a place where I can work, a workspace. Because when it gets truly cold, then working in the van will be difficult because I'll be wasting a lot of gas, a lot of propane, and there is no place to go, just to get a cup of coffee or sit in a coffee shop. You can't go into a library. I can't sit in Walmart, or go into a store to work. You can't go to Home Depot to work. So, in the cafe areas and some of the stores, there's a store chain called Fred Meyer here. They have a little cafe area, but you can't sit there. If you go to grocery shop, you can grocery shop, but they don't let you sit in the cafe area. So there's no real place to sit and work. So that's why I'm going to rent a short-term rental, maybe 3 or 4 months, and I'm looking to move in November. So that's my decision, and that had been my original van life plan when I started out. So, yeah. So I'll have a break, and I think while I'm renting, I will try to rearrange the van, when I have a steady place to park, and, optimize the van a little bit more. Maybe try to shore up some insulation. I'm going to get some wool, and I'm going to stuff it into some of the crevices of the van to make it even more winter ready. So I'm going to do that when I rent a place. So that's the next step in my adventure.